Hello everyone, welcome to the Street Show. We're playing some Monster Train today. Now I, personally, feel a little bit silly because the last two videos I recorded don't have any in-game audio. One for Monster Train, one for Final Fantasy. So I apologize if that got boring. I'm not entirely sure what happened, so I've had to go through and basically recreate my settings, which it's fine. It gave me a chance to tweak and do some changes I was looking at making anyway. We are on Covenant rank 14 now, which is awesome, and we're doing Hellhorned Melting Remnant today, so that should be interesting. We also got Seraph the Temperate, so we'll get sap stacks when we get to that final boss. We got a bunch of imp stuff and some burnout stuff to make it really simple. Let's check out the champion first. So we can have better starting stats and basically have our frontline Hornbreaker Prince, which I think is probably one of my more preferred ones. Or we can go with a damage dealing Reaper Prince. I think we're gonna go with the front line. We got our tank, we just gotta get everything else set up now. When you play a unit, a random card in your hand is reduced to 0 until it's played or discarded. Or we can go with Magic Power 3. Magic Power is going to help us with our torches. I kind of like the idea of Flicker's Liquor though, where even if it's only for a little bit, we can get cards down to 0, as long as we have units to play. Alright, non-boss enemy units get +4 attack with the aggressive amulet. We get a unit draft from it. So, first things first, Hornbreaker Prince, front and center. I think what we're gonna do is Welder Helper. I think I'm gonna put a Train Steward here as well. And then he's gonna have 15 health when they go up to the next floor. I'd like to get some dregs set up. I'm gonna put one up here so that it's ready for the collector, which thankfully popped up on that floor. So if I go Train Steward, drag, he dies. I'm still going to torch this thing. And we're gonna play Hollow Drippings right here. What I'd be very pleased to see is if we can get a Lady of the Reformed. Ooh. Then we can have a second row, or whichever row it ends up being, of burnout units, and have that be set up. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to have with Hornbreaker Prince. I know that there's some raid synergies, and we have imps that we can play with him, like right now, for example. Let's see. Right now you're dying to death. What we're gonna do is kill that guy, and we're gonna kill that guy. Let's play Infinibox, see what we get. I was kind of hoping we'd find a Welder Helper, because that keeps that Train Steward alive. I mean, I guess. Well, we're getting rid of him right off the bat, because I am not dealing with him. We're going to play Hollow Drippings here. I actually don't have enough capacity for all my fun stuff. So, we're going to need to figure some stuff out. Excuse me. I don't necessarily hate the Train Stewards right now. Let's get rid of that. He's already dying. Okay. I'm thinking we should pick up Vent. We've already got 2 Welder Helpers. They are nice, but I'd rather also be getting cards that help us sacrifice our imps. In the meantime, having AoE damage would be really helpful, especially since most of the cards we're playing, we can play for 0. If we get a Lady of the Reformed, having a Giraffe on that floor as well would be far better, I think, than the Dregs. So we're going to pick up a Giraffe here. Like a Lady of the House, which is not quite what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm actually feeling the Alpha Fiend. We could set that up, at least for right now, with our Hornbreaker Prince. And if we get something like multi-strike on this guy, he starts hitting very hard pretty quick. I do want to go for the Remnant unit, hoping to get Lady of the Reformed, which we did not. I am not inherently opposed to either of these. Paraffin Enforcer does a lot of the same stuff that Lady of the Reformed does, but we need to make him tanky. We did get multi-strike. That's very interesting. And I think the 25 health on the Paraffin Enforcer is exactly what we were looking for. We don't, I mean, obviously the extra damage is nice, but we're not like gung-ho, have to have that extra damage. I kind of want to put the damage on the Giraffe, but I think getting the Alpha Fiend to a better starting point is going to pay off more in the long run. So we're going to put it on him. Our Alpha Fiend is fully upgraded. Now we just gotta go kill some stuff. Alright. Enemy units have armor 10. We'll get a unit out of it. He does have sweep, so we need to keep that in mind. That means that our burnout floor is not going to do so well against him, because I don't think any of them have more than 6 health. Hornbreaker Prince, Paraffin Enforcer, Drag. I'd love to get rid of this guy. Now let's put a Train Steward up top, and just like that, we've just played our entire hand for the wonderful cost of 0 Ember. Okay. Bottom floor is now established. Straight friendly burnout units gain Rage 3. Oh, that's different. I thought it was burnout. That's not at all what I was hoping that was. Okay, so Paraffin Enforcer is not what I wanted it to be, but it still helps to have him towards the front so that anything that does have burnout that's behind him gets the benefit of rage before they attack. So we will just need to keep that in mind moving forward. We are going to give those guys extra stacks of burnout. They're all dying. I guess I could technically torch my own guy. Gives him more rage. Does it help me kill anything? So we get 1 attack, 2 attack. 2 attacks is going to give us 4 rage, which is an extra 8 damage, which puts us at 29. So it's not going to help us. So I might as well torch him so that he is more likely to die in the next round. I'd really like to also have another, give them extra stacks of burnout card. Oh, we're already on the last floor. Let's actually be smarter about this. We'll go imp in a box. Not at all what I was hoping to see. Hooray, I guess. Okay, we need to thin out the deck a little bit. We also need extra capacity. We'll stick a drag there, because why not? If I've only got room for one more, I'd rather have extra armor on that train steward. Oh hey, you know what? The boss is dying. I really need to check for that first, because it saves a lot of time. I think we go with that one. I like the drafts, but I also need more burnout enhancing cards, or I need more reform. Really, nothing? Okay, how do we want to do this? We need to get rid of some cards, so the minute we have, well, the first chance we have to get rid of some cards for free, we're gonna take it. Almost guaranteed. The Wickless Baron and the Wickless Tycoon each benefit from our imps dying and our drags burning out. I think I'd rather have the Wickless Tycoon. So we're going to take the Wickless Tycoon, and we're going to try and set up a money-making scheme. Yeah, we're going to go Remnant unit again. We're not getting what we need. Getting lots of Paraffin Enforcers. I think we're just going to take the gold tier. I already need to get rid of units, so getting more units that I'm not super keen on getting doesn't seem like a good idea to me. Alright. I think we go with the Awoken draft pick, hoping to get some healing capabilities for our Hornbreaker Prince. Shard Channeler does nothing for us. Awoken's Rail Spike is pretty good, but we don't. The only thing it really does for us is draw more cards, which we may or may not be able to play. Spreading Spores gives us regen and spikes. I'm gonna take Spreading Spores. I have some reservations about it myself, don't get me wrong, but we've also got a Merchant of Magic where we could, I don't know, make sure that every Spreading Spores that we play costs less. So that way when we're only drawing Spreading Spores, they don't all cost 2. And actually, I have a decent idea of maybe we should just re-roll and do that again. I do like putting the extra magic power on Vent, so that we can get everything played, and if we're at 0 Ember, we can still play that and do 10 damage to everything. So how do we want to do this? That's a good question. We have a lot of fodder. We need capacity. So I can stick him there. It should make that cost 0. They all deal damage when they die. So let's go here, there, because that'll give me some rage. And then when I kill stuff, I'll get armor, which is why it only looks like I'm taking 1 damage. Let's play Imp in a Box right off the bat. Oh, that's both rage. Let's do it this way. We can't play Hallowed Drippings, so we'll just end the turn. Okay, Wickless Tycoon. What we want to do... I think we're going to put him there. We'll put this drag here. We will put a Train Steward on top. We'll vent. And hit him. Alright, I like that plan. I do want to look at getting multi-strike on our Hornbreaker Prince. We're going to stick the Alpha Fiend there, get him rolling. You're dying, so we get some stacks of stuff. Yeah, we just desperately need capacity. I do need to kill this. It's going to do too much damage otherwise. I think our... Do we save the drag in our hand, I mean? Because this is the only thing right now that gets burnout. And I don't want to play a Hallowed Drippings just on 1 drag. Actually, you know what? If we do that, and then that, he at least survives until the next turn, and he can take a hit. Oh, it'll be after the next turn. Maybe Daedalus will go up to that middle floor and summon a bomb. He's not going to the middle floor. Well, there's nothing I can do on the bottom, so we're just gonna say, see you later. The draft dies in 1 turn, so we're just gonna do it that way. Perhaps, however, it's not a horrible idea to give him armor to survive the hit, so he's dazed. Never mind. That was a silly idea. We just have way too many units, which is a little bit of a problem. Alright. You are dying. I'm not stopping it. If I put this drag here and play Hallowed Drippings, they at least survive for a while. I don't know if that's worth it at this point or not. But now all of our floors are filled. We are killing everything, which is good. We even got some damage in on Daedalus. And of course, this is where I draw the Spreading Spores. I don't have any 1 capacity units to try and get... Oh, you know what? Daedalus is dying. We don't need to overthink it. Oh my god, that Alpha Fiend. It is Alpha Fiend, right? Yes. He does some serious work. Wax and Spike is interesting. Formless Child is interesting. I'm gonna take Wax and Spike, because there's... Oh, we finally got Lady of the Reformed. And we're getting capacity. 100%. Now what we need to do is... this is awesome, actually. Have we not taken any damage to our Pyre? That's surprising, considering I don't feel super great about where we're at right now. Oh my gosh, I don't need 7 Ember if I'm playing everything every turn. We're gonna take the... Is it better to take 25 gold? I don't think it is. It might be better to take the gold, but we're gonna take the improved firebox because I might get the artifact that lets me carry my Ember over, and if we get that, I'm very okay with this whole setup. We are gonna skip this one, and now we're gonna get rid of some cards. We need to talk about what we can actually do. So our capacity is 6. Here's what I envision. First floor, Hornbreaker Prince, Alpha Fiend. We have 1 capacity to play imps. Now we could play something like a Welder Helper in the back so that the Hornbreaker Prince has a little more tankiness, but then we have nothing to get rid of said Welder Helper unless we torch him ourselves, which is not outside the realm of possibility. Alternatively, we could play different imps like, hey, do a bunch of damage to the enemies, or generate a bunch of Ember, or we could play a Dreg or a Draft even. We have that potential. On the second floor, Lady of the Reformed easily needs to go in the front. I'd really like to see the Paraffin Enforcer somewhere behind her, which leaves us with 2 more capacity, where I envision we would have a Draft and a Dreg. Alternatively, we could put like a Wickless Tycoon, and what I could do is wax and spike that floor. That way they all get burnout, and then we let Lady of the Reformed take a beating, and then she grants everyone else stacks of burnout. Then on top of that, Paraffin Enforcer hits and grants everyone on that floor stacks of rage. So if anything does by chance make it past our Hornbreaker Prince Alpha Fiend, then they start to die. Third floor is basically a catch-all for everything else at this point. I think we need more capacity because I would like to see a Draft on that second floor as well. That being said, we're just looking at stuff. Our train stewards are the biggest hindrance on our capacity. I think we go Wrathful over Reaper. If it's not what we're supposed to do, I'm doing it anyway. Non-boss units get multi-strike. We get an artifact, and he has that resolve ability, but no sweep. Sweep would be unfortunate for us. And if they don't do a lot of damage, like, say, this guy here with haste in the back, then Hornbreaker Prince gets a lot of extra benefits. We are killing these 2 guys, so what I'm going to do is put a Dreg up there. Dreg, right? Yeah. Yeah, that works for me. And of course, that comes up here. If we go Paraffin Enforcer Wickless here, then we can torch you, and I'm gonna... Oh no! Our prince is dying, we have to fix that. Yeah, we're gonna Welder Helper the prince. I really need to be better about checking for things like that. I think we're gonna stick the Pyre Chomper. Do we do that? I think playing it on the second floor is risky because we're probably gonna draw Our Lady of the Reformed. I'm just gonna stick it up here. It'll die, and then we're still killing this guy either way. I'm glad that I didn't play the imp on that floor. Okay, you're not dying, which is preferable. We are going to start healing you, though. I don't really feel like we need to play the Welder Helpers, especially since there's nothing for them to help. We do need the Waxen Spike and for things to hit us. I think I'm going to play Hollow Drippings just to make sure that Lady of the Reformed doesn't die. And of course, we're just destroying everything now. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to torch the guy in the back. And my armor drops way off. Holy crap. The reason we do that is because now when we play Train Steward, Ritual of Battle costs 0. He's almost killing them by himself. Oh, no, wait. 6/6 takes 12. Which is also going to give him 2 stacks of rage, which is an extra 4 damage. He's almost killing this by himself, but I think the Alpha Fiend is actually taking the kill. We're just going to dump the rest of our hand, knowing that we're going to lose the draft. Brief respite. We finally get the Waxen Spike, of course. I think we need to permafrost this so that we can make sure that it lines up correctly. I think what we actually do is torch him. We'll stick a drag here just to take a hit. We'll play another Train Steward, and that's really all I can do. We drew the Waxen Spike again. Oh, and we're also killing the boss already. Jesus. Alright, so ideally what would happen is I would play Waxen Spike. They're dying to burnout, and now they're not. And now every single time Paraffin Enforcer hits, I'm granting all 3 of them 3 stacks of rage, which is 9 stacks of rage, which is an extra 18 damage every single time this guy hits. I'll take it. Rail Hammer. 4 stacks of armor each time it's applied. So our Welder Helpers get a lot better if we take this, which I think we're taking to this. Oh, and then we get March of Shields. So here's what I'm thinking. Impressive actually doesn't help us. Like, it does 50 damage, which is great, but we're playing it on the bottom floor or the top floor. The bottom floor, so long as the Hornbreaker Prince doesn't die, is doing just fine. And in that regard, perhaps Impressive could help us out, because we could combo that with a Welder Helper. So we give him a bunch of armor, and then we do a bunch of damage to the first thing, which he probably kills, which also grants him more armor. Alternatively, Important Work lets us draw more cards, which is pretty good. I'm not really impressed, get it, with Important Work. So I think it comes down to either Impressive or March of Shields. And if we can get something like Holdover on March of Shields, having that for Hornbreaker Prince seems like a no-brainer to me, especially since we just picked up Railhammer. I think that by itself far outweighs the benefits of Impressive. Fatal Melting is really nice. Crushing Demise is pretty good if it's on the right floor. We're actually not really losing that many units. We have a couple imps. So Fatal Melting actually isn't all that great for us right now. I think I'd rather just take Crushing Demise. I don't think we have any extinguish abilities. Yeah. So Intent on Death, while it's nice, doesn't really help us. I'm going to take Crushing Demise here. Okay. I really want this artifact, but we have to clean up the deck more. We have the ability to take this 20 health, and we can maybe find an upgrade for some of those spells that we were just talking about. I want to go here so badly, but we can't right now. So let's get rid of probably our other two train stewards, honestly. Double stack. $16 rage is pretty good. Burnout 2 would be interesting, but I'd rather put permafrost on this and just wait to use it until we know we're going to benefit from it. I'm going to put double stack on Marcher Shields. And then do we reduce cost? I think I'm going to reduce the cost of Crushing Demise. If we draw it on the first turn, then I want to be able to play it and not worry about lining up my Ember appropriately. We can't re-roll and get Holdover or Permafrost, so I'm not going to re-roll right now. I'm hoping we get some good trial. I was actually hoping we get some coins. Spell Shield 2 isn't terrible. We do want to get to a really good point to counteract this Stealth 8 specifically. That means that if Hornbreaker Prince is in the front, we need 104 health. $104 health is a lot. See, this is where Torch would actually be really nice. We are gonna still put Hornbreaker Prince there. Oh, I forgot. You know what? His Slay trigger benefits from Rail Hammer. I don't know why I forgot about that. I feel really silly now. Infinite Box. Oh, that's actually really helpful. Now he does take less damage because he's gonna get a... Oh, it's a Slay trigger. Why does he take less damage? I'm not sure what's going on with that. We're just gonna Torch because we might need to get rid of Spell Shield. I'm not entirely sure. We're not gonna play Pyre Chomper or Hallow Dripper. Okay, Lady of the Reformed is very nice. We're gonna stick Welder Helper there. Ritual of Battle now costs 0. Do we stick the Dregs behind Lady of the Reformed? I mean, I see a very solid argument for doing exactly that thing. Oh, he's got Sweep. That's a problem. No, we don't stick the Dregs on this. He does die, but this Collector is getting away. I guess I'll just stick that Dreg up there and we'll see what happens. Okay, well, here's the rest of the team. Paraffin Enforcer, Wickless Tycoon. We can't play this yet. This doesn't actually do damage. Oh, no. We can... Wait. Let me read. Revenge is anytime the unit is damaged. So, this is perfect. So I wax and spike, torch, and now they don't die to burnout. He's gonna come up to the next floor and hit her. They're gonna get more burnout, and then they're gonna get really strong. Okay. March of Shields with double stack is awesome. Okay. I think we're going to use Welder Helper again. He's not where he needs to be to take all of the hits to survive the stealth attack that we're about to have to go through. We're gonna... Oh, they don't die to that. I'm still gonna do this. Because why not? Now I can torch him if I absolutely have to, but I don't see any reason why we're gonna need to. I mean, I could. Honestly, I'd rather just torch her. Spreading spores on Prince, though, is pretty nice. Get those out of the deck. Don't need them. 12 damage is something. We're gonna play the draft. Let's see, 13 damage. How many hits am I taking? I have 72, which is what? 4 would be 52. 5 would be 65. So I take 6 hits. That means that Alpha Fiend takes 2 hits, and then he dies. And then she kills Welder Helper. So we're gonna play Ritual of Battle up here instead. I'm not worried about their burnout, so we're just gonna torch her as well, because that'll help get rid of that spell shield BS. And I think we should have her here. Don't have her there. That helps. We can play Fire Jumper just to make that cost 0. This is a small problem. This might actually be the end of the run. We did get some good damage in just with that second floor, thankfully, but unfortunately it's a non-boss enemy unit, so we're a little SOL on that one. We could do this to take 2 hits and put spikes 2 on it so we get some damage in. Unfortunately, we're going to take a lot of damage. We're not going to die, but it's going to hurt. Yeah, 78 damage taken. I think we take the gold here. I like Inferno, but even Inferno would have saved us a little bit of damage on this last fight, but that's it. That's if we drew it. Branding Right is a net positive if you're all healed up, but I'm already wanting to thin out my deck, and these don't give me that much more benefit than what I already have. Subsuming Blade, on the other hand, At least, you know, because we're still in the first half. This could be helpful. Devourer of Death, though, could go on that first floor, but that means that I can never play a Welder Helper. I think we're gonna take... We're gonna give Devourer of Death a shot. I really wanted to take Subsuming Blade, but with the capacity that we're sitting at, it makes sense. I'd love to go buy some trinkets, some artifacts as they were, but now we need health after one fight, and we could also stand to get rid of some unnecessary cards. Excuse me. So let's see what we're gonna get rid of, and then we'll go upgrade some stuff. I'm keeping the Welder Helpers, that much is for sure. Wickless Tycoon, I'd like to know how much gold we've gotten just from him. It probably isn't all that much, but he's another body, why not? The torches could probably stand to go. The dregs, while they aren't super helpful, do give us the opportunity to make some of our spells cost 0 when we play them. So I do actually think we're going to get rid of 2 torches here. And then let's see what we're going to get for upgrades. Another multi-strike. Can't put it on Alpha Fiend, which is unfortunate. But we can put it on the Paraffin Enforcer, which makes our second floor a lot better. Rage 7. I don't want to put this on the Devourer of Death. I think I'm going to put it on a Welder Helper, because then I at least get some benefit out of him if he gets any attacks in. And we're going to put the Wickstone on Lady of the Reformed for a little extra stats and some more burnout, just in case our first floor is killing it. I don't think we need to re-roll. If this was a magic shop, that might be a different story. So we're going to go on to the next fight, which is Fell, who's going to give units armor, and they all have Spell Shield 5. Those sons of bitches. Alright, so how do we want to do this? We have all units, and 10 Ember to start. So, this is exactly why it would be nice to get that artifact where everything will carry over. Because we can play Hornbreaker for free, and that lets us play Lady of the Reformed for free, which lets us play Alpha Fiend for free, which lets us play Welder Helper for free, which lets us play Wickless Tycoon for free. I really enjoy Flicker's Liquor, especially on like when it synergizes with like Hellhorned, for example. It's an example, not like the be-all end-all. Oh, this is perfect. We can get Paraffin Enforcer. We can Wax and Spike, but we're gonna wait. I'd really like to play him down here, actually. So we're gonna put no, wait, hold on. There's no way, yeah, there's no way you're living. You do live, basically. You're gonna live no matter what. So, we're gonna get Spreading Spores started here. We're gonna Wax and Spike. And that's totally okay. And now our Paraffin Enforcer is going to help get some serious work done. We can't play Welder Helper unless we also play the Devourer of Death. I could technically play it up here on the top floor. I'd rather just be able to kill this and play the Devourer there. Unfortunately, I'm not always going to get what I want. I think in that case we end our turn. Alright, so this works out. We play a drag. The only card in our hand that costs any ember goes down to 0, which we could have honestly played at value just because. We are going to put the Rage on our Hornbreaker Prince, and then we're just going to double Hallowed Drippings, because I'm not going to play it on any other floor. I'd rather just make sure that they don't die. They're all dying, you're dying, you are making it up. It's not terrible, but anything we can do to stop the bleeding of our fire. Oh, that's gone. I think we take this opportunity, since there's only 3 torches in our entire deck and we just drew all 3 of them. We play that torch. I'm going to play this drag up top to get rid of it. And I'm just going to put the other torches on Fel. I don't see any reason not to. Okay, March of Shields makes a lot of sense on Hornbreaker. That everyone is dying, which is wonderful. Do we play Imp in a Box or no? I don't think we do. I do, however, think we just get the rest of these out of our deck. There's not a whole lot of reason for us to hold on to them. They do help us with some of the bigger spells, but I mean, finally we get the Devourer of Death on the floor. Hallowed Drippings, we're all out of those now. You have a Harvest trigger. Not playing this Welder Helper. I'm fine with that. This works for me. Put a couple of those in our deck. Aha! I know it doesn't do anything. She's getting low on health as well. Do we maybe take this opportunity? Yeah, we're gonna double torch Our Lady of the Reformed, just to make sure that we don't run out of burnout stacks. We do, however, need to make sure that she gets some Spreading Spore action. Fel is dead. Another Waxen Spike. I think I would rather take Waxen Spike over Impalate. Do we want capacity or draw? Ember is not a concern for us. Capacity would let us play multiple Welder Helpers on the bottom, or Welder Helper plus, was it Devourer of Death? I think we're going to take the capacity again. And once again, I can't help but notice that our artifacts all have, even the Railhammer to a small extent, have a yellowish theme to them. I think we need to get rid of the draft. I also think We could get rid of Imp in a Box, or another Torch actually would probably be better. Imp in a Box at least has the potential to help us out. I'm thinking we go this way. The extra health and gold would be nice, and I have a couple things I'd like to duplicate. For example, we could duplicate Devourer of Death and go double Devourer of Death. We could duplicate March of Shields. We could duplicate Spreading Spores, and I think we would probably end up duplicating Spreading Spores at this stage. Actually, those are the only ones I would want to duplicate. So we would almost certainly duplicate Spreading Spores to get that earlier and have that healing capability in a better situation. However, we have spells that we can still upgrade. Concealed Caverns could be awesome or garbage, and there's still things that I'd like to take out of the deck. So, we're going to take stuff out of the deck. Sorry, draft. You almost did well. I am going to keep the dregs for the triggers on our spells, like Ritual of Battle. And then we're going to get rid of a torch. Down to 26 cards, which isn't horrible. I think we're okay to take the gold. There's obviously some risk associated with that, considering we just donated a third of our health, but I think we're okay. We actually have quite a few consumed cards, I didn't realize. I think we'll put the reduced Ember cost on Ritual of Battle, and then we're gonna re-roll. We got another double stack. I'm gonna put that on Ritual of Battle. That's 32 damage. So... I'm not gonna say no to that. I don't really... Like, we could play both of these, honestly, but I'm just not feeling it. I'd rather just upgrade our champion with multi-strike would be great. Let's see. So we could go Wrathful 3. Every slay we gain 29 armor. Every revenge we get rage 5. Or Hornbreaker Prince with Brawler. We start off with armor 14, which is 1 less effective health than Wrathful 3. We get multi-strike, which initially is 10 more damage than Wrathful 3. And then we get less armor on a slay and less rage with the revenge proc. So under the in identical situations, if they both take 1 hit, Wrathful 3 goes up to 50 damage. The Brawler lets us go up to 56. We take another hit, it's 60 and 62, and then Wrathful 3 takes over in terms of damage. I really want multi-strike, but Wrathful 3 ends up being better over time. So we're going to take Wrathful 3. And then we're just going to make sure he stays nice and healthy, because otherwise we're going to hurt really bad. Non-boss enemy units get +8 attack, and we get 400 coins. Oh, there's Ember Wings in this one. Crap. If only we had reduced Ember costs on everything. Alright, so we do that. Sure. Let's go here. Our Alpha Thing doesn't cost a thing. 28 damage. does actually help us kill him. I'm just gonna play the torch because we can at this point, but... Paraffin Enforcer is nice to have. We gotta keep Prince alive, so we play that for sure. I think we can get away with playing a drag. Then we do Wax and Spike, not for the damage, but for the burnout. And then we play Hallowed Drippings, and we just need to draw Lady of the Reformed. We also need to heal these guys up. Those Ember Wings deal a lot of damage to our Alpha Fiend. Alright, so here's Lady of the Reformed. Perfect. Devourer of Death dies right away. So it makes sense then for us to stick him in front, or do we do one of these? I think that actually made more sense. So we'll start stacking him up here. We'll just stick everything else up here. He doesn't die to burnout. We'll do it that way. Alright, let's get rid of that first. You're dying too. Oh my god. Okay. Why does everything hit so hard now? Let's see what imps we get. This might save Hornbreaker. It doesn't. Oh, because they deal a metric ton of damage. Pyre Chomper. We've got 50-50. I'm taking it. We hit it. We frickin' hit it. Alright, in that case, we need to March of Shields here. We are taking so much damage. The aggressive amulet on this floor, especially with the Pyre Wings, is absolutely brutal. Don't have... I don't know, play it here in case it lines up better for some reason, but I don't think it's going to line up better for some reason. Okay, everyone here is fine. Let's worry about down... Well, like, this is the only spot I'm going to play that, so let's do that. Spreading Spores on Hornbreaker Prince. I think we have to play it on Hornbreaker Prince. It doesn't do anything for us on the Alpha Fiend. I could play it here on Lady of the Reformed. There's a very, very solid argument for doing that exact thing. But getting spikes started and getting regen on our first front line seems like it's probably a better idea. Again, I'm not worried about the damage increase, it's more the burnout stacks, just to make sure that they don't die. As it stands, unless something else happens, Lady of the Reformed is going to die on this round of combat. And it's going to change. So if we go here, I think she lives. She doesn't. 8 and 12 is 20. You still only have 19. We have to use March of Shields. These are regen, not healing. Drag doesn't do anything, so we'll put it up there. Does the damage line up better if I torch you? I don't think it does. Can't afford to take that damage. That's all I can do. Alright, here's to the next floor. Alright, Ritual of Battle. Oh, he's got Trample on top of everything else. My god, this round of combat's gonna kill us. That's extra damage. Are you kidding me? Do you... What? I mean, it's not like we had any guys that could get in the way, but like, this would have been really nice to have the last hand. We got one Spreading Spore left in the draw pile, and then this stuff. Okay. Oh my god, this one hurt. Those Ember Wings. Ember Wings? The Pyre Wings. The Pyre Wings. Which, the ones that make you generate less Ember, whatever one that is. Those really hurt. I mean, it's not like we're gonna kill it. Why not, right? Okay, that could have gone better, but I think we had the right idea. We just, for as strong as we were at the start, it wasn't very clean. And then as we refined our deck, we were getting better. I'm not entirely sure where we fell off. Like, obviously the was not the fell fight. Where is it? We took all of our damage. Was it the fell fight? No, it was right before the fell fight. It was Spell Shield 2. I'm not even sure why that did it for us, but yeah, as soon as we hit Harpy's Guard, everything was downhill. So, hello, Pepper. Well, it is what it is. I had fun. I hope you had fun too. And if you did enjoy the video, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.